Right, hey everyone. So today I've got quite a fun job that I've been looking forward to do. I was hoping to do it last weekend, but unfortunately I had a bit of a delay. So moved it to today, and we are going to be fitting some nice 10mm silicone performance ignition leads. So let's crack on. Yeah, so these were sent out by Formula Power, so massively appreciated that they were willing to sponsor the channel and get these out to me. So they've made up these really nice, I'll grab one out of the bag, I've chosen the longest one, I'll grab the short one. So they're really nice 10mm thick stainless steel cord ignition leads. And so they're made to order, which is really cool. So you know the quality's there because they're each inspected by the chap who makes them. And like I say, the idea is it just gives that much more consistent spark. So it's not one of those things where you're adding horsepower to the engine per se. You're more giving it the opportunity to get the most out of what it's getting from that spark. You know, you're not going to have any dips or troughs in power. So basically just a better transfer of power along that line. So it's a nice thick stainless steel core that allows that. But really well made, really impressed by these. So huge thank you to Formula Power for getting these out. Like I say, well, as we're fitting them, we'll go through a bit more of it as well. But yeah, let's crack on and get these on the car. Okay, so when looking at the engine on these, the ignition lines are running along underneath the airbox here. So you can see the first one down in through here. But we're going to get this off first. So you're going to undo the clip off of the line here. I've already taken it off on that one, and then there's these push fits along underneath the airbox, which you can see the first one there, and they just pull up out. The line shouldn't have to unclip from here, but there is another side one here as you're seeing the line come in, and we're just going to pull that one out as we lift the airbox up. But if you follow this line here, so you've got the line that brings the oil, this is like the oil return line, follow that back round and you'll see it come out the side here, and you just unclip it from that. But these should in theory just pull up and off, and then we can get all this out of the way and start getting these off and starting from there. Okay, so that was just undoing the clip on the side there for the line. We're now just going to pull these up. There we go. And there's a bit of an awkward one in the back here. So now we've got those three blocks undone. You can see this is loose. We're just going to take the air line off of here. Now we've done the clip on there. Might just undo that for now. That one there. And we should be able to rotate this up just enough to gain access to the lines. And what we might do, if it can fit, might need a shorter one, is just a screwdriver underneath just to prop it up and hold it up whilst you have access to the lines underneath. Okay, so now we've got this up, and we did actually manage to get the screwdriver on there. So you can see my current ignition lines running along here. The clip had broken off the top here, so that wasn't really doing anything. So what you do is you start with the longest line first, and as you can see they clip down into the side legs of here, so that's going to stop them flopping around too much anyway. I was thinking of this not on there might cause a bit of play, but with them clicked in all the way along. But the idea is you start with the longest line first, which is going to be here, and that's going to run all the way along to this side here. So what we do is we get the matching line to that one, which is going to be the longest line in the new kit, which will be this one. Now I don't think they would have fit down into this clip anyway, looking at the width of these in comparison, but thankfully they still come with these nice little side legs to grip the next line that comes in, etc. So that is going to be the one that goes down in there. So let's go ahead and replace this one. Okay, so we're going to start on this end. So just to remove this end, it's easiest to get your hand in and sort of hook it both sides. Oh, and it pulls off nice and easy. So that's our first bit there. Just going to pull the line along, and now we're going to remove the head on this side. And then for removing this one, just grip around the head, don't pull on the line, just grip around the head and pull it up, and there is our old line off. Okay, so we're going to get this nice HT lead on now, so just check the length of it against the other one, perfectly fine. So we're going to start at the back. I'm going to push it down until we hear the nice double click. That feels down. And we're just going to pop that in there and wait till we hear that click again. There we go, that is nicely in there. So you can hear it unclick when it comes out. And that is the first one done. Okay, so now I've got that one done. It's just going to be repeating the process with the other three, so I'll probably just speed through that a little bit. As you can see, they do coil around each other, so take a quick picture of how yours looks and just mimic that as you go. But basically start with the longest and work your way back. So we're now going to do cylinder 2 here. Okay, so I don't know if you could tell on the time lapse there, but the end cylinder here was a bit of a nightmare getting it off, but we got it off, cleaned it all up, and it's now all these lovely new silicone ignition leads in there. So the next step is going to be starting the car up. We are going to start it up with it as it is. Obviously the air is just going to come in through here, but we're not going to run it for long enough to cause any sort of filter issues, etc. It's not going anywhere. So it's just to see if the cylinders are firing and make sure we're not getting any sort of misfires or etc. on there, and we can sort of play around with that if we do. But yeah, let's go ahead and start the car up and see what we get. Okay, so just as a copy, here we go. This is everything all in. Tied it up as much as we can, really. I might play around with it a bit more. These do clip down into here, so I'll tidy it up a little bit in a moment, but they're all on and the engine ran perfect. Okay, so that's it all back together, all done, job's complete. One thing I didn't expect was the difference in the exhaust note. The exhaust note was completely different. I'll probably do a quick little video for that now I've got it all back together again. But yeah, the exhaust note is really nice since doing this, and we've even got a bit of a pop and bang on there. So yeah, very impressed. Really good quality. Went on there super easy. Like I say, getting that end cylinder one off was incredibly tight, but getting these back on was nice and easy. They went straight on. They all fit perfectly, really well made, and like I say, I think it's going to make the world of difference. The idle was definitely smoother. I could tell that straight away, and as you revved, it just felt cleaner, if that makes sense. It didn't feel like there's so much sort of going on in terms of resistance, etc. It just seemed to rev a lot freer. So that was quite nice to see, and like I say, it definitely made a change to that exhaust note. So 100% worth it. I definitely recommend these guys. So Formula Power, I'll link them down in the description below for this one, and their website and everything else they do, as well as the leads for these cars. They do bespoke kits as well, so I have spoken to the chap. So if you've got any car at all that you need some leads for, it's worth dropping them a message and just seeing if they can make them up for you, or if you can send them yours and they'll copy them, etc. So yeah, 100% recommend those guys. Huge thank you for them to obviously sponsoring this video, and like I say, 100% worth it on this car. I'm quite impressed by the difference it's made, actually, in fairness. I really didn't think it was going to make sort of a huge difference initially. I thought it would be better sort of consistency with the Spark, and sort of allow it to sort of get the maximum potential it can get at all times. But yeah, in terms of like changing the exhaust note, giving it the pops that it gave, etc., I really didn't expect that. That's quite an amazing change. So yeah, well worth it, and see you on the next video.